dude, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, dude. Everybody's always like, wow, how do you do it? Wow, so good. How do you do it, dude? I don't know, dude. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I have no clue. Zilch, nada, none.
What if you held a party and 20,000 of your social media friends and family all showed up in person? I am relaunching my Cool2Craft Pajama Party live events on YouTube on Wednesday nights, and that got me to thinking. Back in 1968, my mama Aline decided that she wanted to launch a 38-city tour to ignite what we now know as the modern-day arts and crafts industry. This was before Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and many other craft stores ever existed. Her first event was held at the Pasadena Convention Center in California. Here's one of her craft maker caravan trucks that was packed to the brim with designs, books, and supplies. And look at this, 20,000 of her friends and fans all showed up. They filled the rooms to learn everything they could about her crafts. She knew she couldn't do this on her own, so she invited her good friend Hazel Pearson and a company called Nat Cole, and they divided up the room to teach and share their crafts. I remember hundreds of tables were lined up with sandwich boards with finished examples, and other areas of the rooms included free make and takes that were staffed by her employees and her kids. This is where my part of the vintage story comes in. It was my job to man the bookstore. Mama Aline sold over 100 how-to book titles at the time, and prices ranged from 10 cents to 50 cents, and topics included projects from tissue paper, feather flowers, ribbon, felt, foil, chenille, velour, and there were a lot more. So this is interesting. The entry tickets were free, so this bookstore is how she made the money to pay for the convention rental. I must tell you, the bookstore was not my favorite job, but I sure learned how to quickly add numbers in my head, as most people purchased dozens of books at a time. They would walk up with a stack of 6 inches of books. I hope the next time you take a look at your social media stats, this Mama Aline story will give you a new perspective. Happy 75th anniversary to Aline's Tacky Glue, and thank you to my Mama Aline for having the vision to launch an entire arts and crafts industry.
This is your one wild, beautiful life. No second chances, no rewind button. Just this moment, unfolding right now. What will you do with it? It's easy to get lost in routines, mistaking surviving for living. Days blur into weeks, years slip by, but life is more than checking off boxes. The only time you're promised is now. Feel the sun on your face. Laugh until your ribs ache. Tell the people you love what they mean. Not tomorrow, but today. Chase the...
You're feeling alive. Tell me how to show you it's a beautiful life. I'll do anything to pull you into the light, 'cause everything will change when you open your eyes. Yeah. So don't you let the sunlight go out without you. Don't you realize how lucky we are? Open up your heart, baby.
Look at us both up there. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Hey, welcome to everyone tonight. I was kind of rocking out to the music for our pre-show. I hope everyone had a great time watching that. If you have not joined the Cool2Craft social media, you may have missed some of those videos. So I'm Tiffany. I'm going to say hello. And
I'm Ann Butler. How's everybody doing?
So, oh my gosh, Ann, I can't believe we're here. I can't believe it's the night for the relaunch of our pajama party.
It's amazing. We have been talking about it for 6 months, at least.
At least.
Yes.
At least. And here we are. So to give everyone a little bit of history on this, I founded Cool2Craft back in 2010, and I launched it with my YouTube channel, and we launched pajama parties before this type of platform even existed. We were beta testing something that was called Link something. It doesn't exist anymore.
I couldn't even remember the name of it. Yeah.
Somehow I was a beta tester for this software, and it allowed us to come together and share. And we did that for several years. I also did the Fave Crafts radio show at that time. So we had guests that were coming into the pajama party, and we had guests on Fave Crafts radio. And I really had my hand on the pulse of what was going on in the craft industry. So if we take a look at what's gone on in my life for the past, say, 5 years or so, I had not been involved in crafts. And I reached out to Anne because I wanted to do a digital magazine. And then we started talking, and we started talking more, and we started dreaming. And we said, we need to relaunch our pajama parties. And it's all about community. It's so important for the creative community to get together. And my purpose for Cool2Craft is sharing joy and healing and community through crafting. So that's what we're going to be doing every Wednesday night. Anne, why don't you let everybody know about what you do?
Oh, yes, what I do. So Tiffany and I have known each other, it seems like forever. It hasn't been. But most recently, I am a licensed designer. So I have stencils and watercolors and stamps. And I also own Bella Crafts Publishing. I'm the founder, and I have a partner, Lisa, who is always, we do lives every single week also. And we do a free magazine every single quarter. So like 4 times a year, free craft magazine. Been doing that since 2012. So it's been a little bit here. And we also do ebooks because you have to pay for everything you do for free. But we do ebooks with manufacturers and designers. And I love what we do. But I brought back, I used to do in-person events at Mall of America. And in the last few years, I brought them back virtually. And at those events, they started out as 2.5 days, and I had a pajama party to launch it. And now they're 4 days, and I have a pajama party a day and a half into it when all the instructors are together. And see, I remember Tiffany, when Cool2Craft had the pajama parties, and I just thought it's fun to get together and see what everybody else is doing. We love community, and we've been building that with Bella Crafts Publishing, but the pajama parties are so much fun.
What's so cool for me is Anne has held all this together when I stepped out of the craft industry. And I really stepped away when Mama Aline passed in 2015. For those of you who don't know, my mom is Aline from Aline's Tacky Glue, so I grew up in this industry. And so I stepped away, and I'm so grateful to you for holding the torch in all of this, because the way that you've stayed connected, I want everybody to understand, there's a lot of live events that you can choose from. I want everybody to understand the caliber of the experts that are part of our girlfriend group.
Yes.
And we can answer any question in crafting that you could possibly have, because we have all, Anne specializes in paper crafting. She has stamps, so she has products. I do general crafting. I know everything about glues. I do some clay work. And then we have other creative girlfriends that who will be joining us, who couldn't make it tonight, that will be able to answer any crafting questions that you have. So our goal is to be your source, your one-stop source for creative ideas, for Q&As, for roundtables, for sharing your projects. We're going to invite you to actually come on air with us to share your project. So can't wait to find out who wants to do that. I do want to, let me go ahead. I think I have a couple of banners to pull up, because I do want to remind everybody that Cool2Craft has a Facebook group, and we will be sharing things in there, and probably some special information that we won't be sharing other places, giveaways that we probably won't be doing in our lives. And so I want to be sure all of you know about our Facebook group. We've just started it. It's a small group right now, but please join us, and please let your friends know that we will welcome them also. So facebook.com/group/Cool2Craft. And then let's see, the other links I wanted to give you is actually, if you're watching on Facebook, I want to make sure you know that you can go to YouTube because, Anne, I think that you are broadcasting also through your Facebook channel.
Yep, on Bella Crafts publishing on Facebook and on YouTube.
Okay, so depending on where you follow us, just a reminder that everything flows into the YouTube channel. And I know we're doing a giveaway tonight. Do we know what it is, Anne? Did you pick? Okay.
We're going to give away the Ad Tech. It's a full-size glue gun. It has three tips with it, and it has glue sticks. And then you'll also get glue sticks with it. And also, along with that, we're going to do the mini glue gun. These are both corded, and some glue sticks. So Ad Tech is one of our very good sponsors, and they're always willing to give door prizes.
So how are we doing that giveaway tonight?
So I thought, okay, so like every week we give away door prizes when we do our lives for Bella Crafts. And we always wait an entire week because most of our people watch the replays. But I thought it'd be fun to do it here in person. And so if everybody in the chat, if you would put a comment on like when you first saw Tiffany, did you used to watch her, back in the day on
a long time ago, back in the day.
I still have recordings of those shows on VHS tapes.
So that was Aleene's Creative Living. I was producer and host from 1992 to 1999. So that was a long time ago.
It's been a minute.
Yes. But that's what's so cool about the craft industry and my crafting girlfriends is we can go our own way and we come back together. And you know how that works, where you just instantly come back together as if no time has ever been lost. And it's so cool.
It is. I mean, you just pick up.
Okay. So they need to leave a comment. If you're watching, leave a comment in the chat. Oh, Lenine, I did not know that you watched us for our first round of pajama parties.
Oh, that's so much fun.
Yes. And even the internet connections were horrible back then. I don't know. Was it dial-up?
I think it was.
I think it was still dial-up back then.
Hardwired. I know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was none of the wireless connection. So like we want to know who watched Aleene's Creative Living, and possibly for the winner, if you would say how many years do you have them on VHS tapes like I do?
There you go. That will let us know.
Do you have them on VHS tape? Because I have those shows, and I still have a VHS player. I haven't played them lately, but.
So I see Adele just found my YouTube channel tonight. Welcome. Yay. So when I first started back in 2010 on my channel, it grew very fast. I have 15 million views. I had over 90,000 subscribers, which now we're up, I think, to 94,000 subscribers. It grew really fast. And so we are ready for the next growth spurt on this, because it is time for the crafting revival. And I'm really pushing this. This is what really got me back into crafting recently. When I read about Joann's and saw that their stores were closing, it's the 75th anniversary of Aleene's Tacky Glue. So I'm really involved with promoting that along with my niece. And I don't know, it just got me riled up, Anne.
Well, it's because, okay, I have 5 kids. I was very determined that they would all learn to sew. They all had to sit at my sewing machine and learn how to sew. They crafted. I think it's important for the younger generations to do this. Mm-hmm. It's just there's not art in the school anymore. In most schools, right. And it's time for a revolution, and make sure all of this is handed down.
Yeah, it's really important. And we want to be the leader in that, because crafts as an industry, have been sleepy in the past few years. But I need to tell, I need to tell everybody, I pulled this up from your Bellicon event. Anne has the most amazing connections of vendors in this industry. So we're talking Sizzix, AdTech, Tombow, Pear Blossom Press, ThermoWeb, Caesar, Dynasty, Trinity Stamps, Lawn Fawn, Marvi Yoshida, Jesse James, Silver Creek Leather. These are all vendors that you are very actively involved in. So we know what's coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, it is amazing. And because I've stayed in the industry all this time, I've built those relationships and I keep them.
Right.
You know, once you find products you like, you want to make sure that you build those relationships with those manufacturers, because you know, it's just so important to let them know how much you appreciate them too.
Right. And we do appreciate them. So I want to jump, let's see, how far are we into the show? All right. I said, Dan, we can easily fill an hour. We can just chat. In future shows, we are going to have special guests. Now, tonight, we had hoped to have Eileen Hull, but I'm not sure what happened in the calendar, but she's not even in the United States tonight. So
No.
Where is she?
She's on a cruise. I can't even remember where.
Right.
I mean, she had to fly someplace.
Right.
I mean, it's, yeah.
She's in Europe someplace. So if you saw some of my posts that said Eileen was going to be here, sorry. She will be here in future weeks. We have lots of weeks to fill up.
We do.
Some other future guests that we are going to have is our friend Juliana Avalar, who's the inventor of the Jewel Loom. Linda Peterson used to be part of my pajama parties, and she does fabulous watercolors. She does polymer clay work. I'm not sure what crafting that she's doing right now, but she will be joining us. She's busy wrapping up some other projects. I see Lenine said that Eileen's on the Rhine.
And I don't know where that is.
Yeah. It's great, whatever it is, because I've seen her social media posts.
Yes.
And so we will have other special guests come in and vendors. I asked Anne if she will reach out to some of her vendors, because there's sublimation machines, there are light up cards, there are so many great vendor products that we would love those vendors to come on and share.
Yes. And they're all so willing. I mean, so we'll have something different for every week. And I don't have a project tonight, but I can show you what I did during my live today. But Tiffany and I, as time allows, will be doing projects also.
Right. So we both kind of went, maybe tonight we don't have to demonstrate the whole thing, but we will be sharing. So before, Anne, that you kind of talk about your project, I do want to talk about Whatnot, because we're packing one more thing into Wednesday nights. So let me bring up the banner for that, because this is the coolest online auction that I learned about from my niece. So we have a shop at whatnot.com. So go to this invite. This is going to give you, you have to sign up for it. It's going to give you a coupon that you can use towards your first purchases. So I want to make sure you write this down. And before we go live tonight on our auction, be sure that you go and sign up. Our shop is called Faith-Filled Creatives, which is another business that Anne and I are starting.
We are, because we don't have enough.
What's that?
Because we don't have enough.
I know, but we're very passionate about that. And we had opened up a shop under that name. And we thought, oh my gosh, we're just going to go ahead and use that. So not to confuse you, but write down this URL and take a moment and get yourself signed up. When we wrap up here, we're going to wait 15 minutes so that Anne and I can get everything set up before we go live with the auction. So after our live show here on YouTube, you'll be able to do that.
So Kelly, I just put the link in here, so you should be able to copy and paste it.
Perfect.
I typed it out. I have to make sure I typed it right. It looks right to me.
Okay, great. So let me pull that back off.
And when you sign up under our link, you get a $15 credit on your first purchase.
Right.
So, I mean, I think that's pretty cool.
And what Anne is selling tonight are some special assortments, and some of the auction prices start at $1 for a great assortment of paint. And so she's cleaning out her studio. Can you see everything in the back?
You know, this is nothing. As my husband would say, he did buy me shelves for the basement. So in my storerooms in the basement, I also have additional things. So yeah, we're just kind of doing bundles and cleaning some stuff out. So
yeah, so join us for our after party.
We are going to do an auction every Wednesday night after the pajama party. Yes, Lenine.
That's because Anne has so much to sell to you.
I just have a lot of stuff.
Okay. So
it's all good stuff.
Oh, it's new.
It's brand new, yeah.
But some of the things we may have slightly used.
Not in this first batch,
right.
But I will always tell you if it's because we do so many lives and we get so many products, I might use a product one time.
Right.
For that live. And then I, not that I don't love it, but I can't use everything.
When I moved to Tennessee a little over a year ago, I had 0 crafting supplies. That's how out of the loop I was. I can tell you it's very easy to start collecting craft supplies. I have about 600 square feet here, and then I have part of the basement, and it just keeps going and going. So it's very easy to collect supplies. And because Anne is so busy with her digital ebooks, with her magazine, with her live events on Wednesdays, it collects a lot more, I'm sure, for you.
Yes, it does.
So I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you want to talk about your project for tonight?
The one that I did today.
The one that you did today, whatever it is you want to share tonight.
Okay, so at BellaCon last week, was it last week? I think it was 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago. So Juliana, our friend, Juliana Avalar, owns the Jewel Loom, and she has these great, awesome wooden buttons. I mean, I measured them, they're about 2¼ inches. And when I do my lives on Wednesday, I don't, like Lisa, my business partner, she plans her live 3 or 4 days in advance. She has that project ready, all the step-by-step. I mean, and I just kind of go, what should I do? Because not that I don't plan, but I like to do techniques. So I was thinking about these wooden buttons, and I don't promote my products nearly the way I should. But I thought I have these wonderful glacé watercolors from Emerald Creek. And I think there's about 12 colors. And when I asked him to make these, or I said I wanted watercolors, I said I want watercolors for fabric. And I want those watercolors to heat set. And she created these. You can use these watercolors, dry them with a heat gun or an iron, and they're heat set. And then when you add a second watercolor on top, they don't blend. You can use them, if you don't heat set them, to blend and do all the fun things people do with watercolors. But if you heat set these, they don't blend. So what I did was I applied them to the button, so that's gold. You can't really see it that well. And then I heat set it. And then I have stencils with Stencil Girl. And, I have all sorts of fun stencils that, again, I don't use nearly enough, which I should. But, I don't know, I probably have a couple dozen stencils with Stencil Girl. I took those and I took some Jacquard pigment ink. So you need pigment ink if you're going to emboss. So I took and put the stencil on top. And I used the Jacquard ink. And then I used some of my embossing powders with Emerald Creek and heat set them. And they just turned out so very cool. I'm hoping that you can see that raised finish. I don't know, you can see the shine a little bit in the fleur-de-lis. But they just turned out so very cool. And it's just another way to use your buttons. Like Jules uses them on bracelets, but I could use these on the front of a journal that Eileen, one of Eileen's journals. But it was just a fun way to do something different. Now, I would, of course, use the watercolors on the back, not necessarily emboss it, but I would, I like things finished. So that's why I did. I'll put a link in here for that live so you can watch it later, or you can watch, just go to our YouTube channel, bellacrafts.com, and you can watch it there.
So I want to be sure that you do talk about and share any links about the magazine and your YouTube channel. So
that's the live that I just put in there.
Okay.
But I'll grab the link to the channel.
Okay. Lenine is asking, do the water?
I'm not like Tiffany. She has 94,000. We just start concentrating on YouTube, and we only have 1,040, which I'm thrilled to be over 1,000. Because we were at 970 forever.
But I have to re-engage all of my 94,000 subscribers. So
this is true.
Content on, and so that's what we're doing. Lenine has a question: do the watercolor work on paper as well as the fabric?
Yes, it does. Yeah, you can use it on cardstock, and like I said, it will work like regular watercolors unless you heat set it. If you heat set it, it just stops that. And it's just kind of cool. It's Kim has an amazing mind over at Emerald Creek. And, I challenge her more so than other people, saying, this is what I want. And she came up with a way to do it. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Okay, so check out the live, and that will be all of the steps that you just showed. You'll be doing the demo from the link in the live.
Yep.
So hi, Christy, welcome. And just found you. So we welcome you to the Cool2Craft Pajama Party, our launch event. And if you have just joined us, because we're about 30 minutes into our hour show, you're going to definitely want to watch the replay on this, because we have covered a lot in 30 minutes.
We have. And we had a cute video that Tiff made before that had cute little shorts in it. It was 10 minutes long, so that it was so nice to see so many people here before we started, and to see you guys commenting and talking with each other. We love that.
And I'm going to do that each week. I'm going to put together this 10-minute countdown. And because I do a lot of things on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and all my social media that if you're not following me, you have not seen them. So I'm going to share those each week for our pre-show. So always log in like 10 minutes before.
Yeah.
Do it 15 minutes in advance, and then we start at 10 minutes to put up our countdown.
Okay, Lenine, they're not on my website. They were, but I ran out, and I haven't gotten any more. But I did put a link in to the Emerald Creek website. She does have them in stock there, the watercolors. Okay, so I have 2 projects that I want to talk about tonight. And just like Anne, I am not completing any projects. I will in the future. But the first one, let's see, I'm going to switch my camera. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And Anne, if you can do your magic. Which one do you want? Burnt napkin?
So the overhead.
There we go.
Okay, thank you. Let me get back to see what I'm doing. So as I mentioned earlier, Aline, my mama Aline, is celebrating the 75th anniversary of Aline's Tacky Glue. So she started her business back in the 1940s, and her glue, she found a need for developing her own glue. So 75 years ago, she launched Aline's Tacky Glue. I'd love to hear in the comments if all of you have used Aline's Tacky Glue. So what we launched today is something called the crafting train, the Aline's crafting train. And so I launched it today, and then there's other influencers that will be part of the train and sharing their projects. So I passed it along to Crafty Chica. So if you are not familiar with Crafty Chica, please follow her on Instagram and go check out the project that she made, and then she's going to pass it to someone else. One of the original techniques Mama Aline did was Aline's bread dough. So you take a tablespoon of tacky glue, a slice of bread, you take the crust off and you mix it together. And after about 10 minutes, it becomes this wonderful dough. And if you think about it, back in the 1950s and 60s, when she came up with this, polymer clay did not hit the United States until the 1970s. So the crafters of that time needed something to work with that they could shape and mold. And so my mama Aline came up with Aline's bread dough. So I launched the crafting train today, but I didn't finish my projects yet. So I'm going to have to be the caboose on that crafting train. But I'm just going to give you a really quick peek of some things that I'm working on with the Aline's bread dough. So these are teeny tiny little roses that I'm going to create into something special. And in my final video, I will show you how to mix your dough. I'll show you what I'm doing with these. This is another one that I have in process here. This is the dough that it's air dry. So just wanted to let everyone know about the Aline's crafting train. Did anybody see the social media today on that?
That is so cool.
So I'm going to switch. Well, actually, I'm going to switch to here. And this is a project that I did for Bellicon. And like Juliana, you were showing tonight how she had the wood piece. I have a laser cutter. So what I did for Bellicon is I put together a kit of unfinished wood. And it was this vase, this vial holder holds 5 vials that you can put these flower stems into. So I need to switch back here so I can talk to you. Okay. Okay, thanks, Anne. So I sold these kits and taught people techniques in Bellicon. So these are sold out. But what I have tonight is a new kit. So if you were part of Bellicon and you missed out on buying the kits, I created a new design that has the solid ends here. And the kit is on my Etsy shop. And what I'm selling is just the wood on my Etsy shop. And this has been decoupaged. So what I have is a short little clip to show you a hint. When you decoupage, there's this really cool technique of how you actually burn the tissue or the napkin away from these openings. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. So I think I need to start it over, Anne. Okay, so this is a technique that I have decoupaged the napkins onto the wood, and you can see you just use a lighter to burn it away. I didn't want to do that live because I didn't want it to affect any of the cameras tonight, but look at that. You don't have to cut that away, it just burns away. I wish I came up with this idea, but I did not. I saw it on Instagram. So isn't that the coolest, Anne?
I love that. I love that technique.
Yeah.
And it works for so many different things.
It does. And it doesn't work with thicker paper to my knowledge, but I did use some tissue paper when I did Bellicon and napkins. So again, let me just pop up on my Etsy shop. You will find a kit that you can make 4 of these. I am not selling the vials that go in, but I do have a link. And then I'm also in the kit made some new scatter. I call these table scatter, which are these different flower shapes.
Oh, so cute.
I cut. And so these are really fun to paint or colored pencils. So there's a collection of 18 of these along with the pieces for 4 of the vases. So that is my project tonight, is to encourage everyone to have some fun with decoupage and try that technique. Now, I burned that over a baking sheet. I always have water available. I've never had any problem, but I certainly don't want to encourage this technique and have somebody have a problem. So be close to some water in case there is a problem, but I found it only burns right to the edge and doesn't affect the wood at all.
Yeah.
So,
Mary's wondering what kind of paint you used for the table scatter.
I'm sorry, the paint that I use
the flowers
for these.
Yeah.
This is just acrylic paint.
Just acrylic.
But you can use chalk ink. You can use anything. And I'm assuming
you can use my watercolors.
Just shown. I don't have those. I have lots of acrylic paint. I have lots of spray paint. But these were all just painted with acrylic paint.
Yeah.
So anything that you have in your craft stash that that you're familiar with using to put onto a wood surface. So Lenny's asking, when I burned, was the adhesive still wet on the napkin? So yes, I glued it down and I cut away the excess from the sides, and then I glued it, and then I burned it right away. I have also burned it when I was on Bellicon, where it was dry when I did the tissue. So it seems to work both ways. So play with it.
Yeah.
And see, there's a lot of different shapes at the $1.25 store that you could try the technique on. And what I found is it doesn't work so well if you're trying to do really tiny spaces like this. It doesn't work, but it does work for the holes at the bottom, these, and the holes at the top.
Mary, does the watercolor show up on the wood? Yes. So this is the bare wood. And then this is the watercolor, and that's the gold. So it does show up quite nicely. You can add more if you want it deeper.
So you can you layer it to get a bolder color?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. So I asked earlier, or I let everybody know earlier, that we are going to be inviting you to come on with us. And let me take down this banner. You've probably seen that long enough. So I don't know if anyone is willing to do that tonight, because how much time do we have? We have 15 more minutes.
We have 15 minutes.
To, if anyone wants to share a project that they're working on. And
we're going to try this. I've not put the link in here before.
Right.
I'm going to try and put the link in to see if, you would click the link, right? You might have to close out of the screen you're in so it doesn't double talk.
So we would encourage you to use this link and join us, because the whole idea is this is community. This is not about just Anne and me chatting and sharing. This is about community. And we would love to know what everybody's working on. If you don't want to come on video, then can they drop any sort of images into the chat? I don't know.
The chat doesn't allow them to do links. I'm sitting in my messy kitchen, Lenny. That's fine. I did see Christy was in here and Ellie Mae were in here. I don't know if you guys would want to come on.
Yeah,
but you could if you wanted to just pop in and show what you had in your studios.
And I cleaned up my studio tonight. So I could come on. This is not what it always looks like. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, no. Messy, it means you're having fun sometimes. I think.
So while we're waiting to see if anyone wants to jump in from that link, I do want to remind everyone again about, if you go back into the chat, you can see the link to Whatnot, and we'll be starting that at well, let's see, what time is it right now? So it's 9:45. It's 10:50. It'll be 10:15 Central Time, and so we want to give you plenty of time to go in and sign up and use your link and get your discount and join us for our auction.
Yes, I'm looking for that link so I can copy and paste it.
Okay.
Or I'll put it
So
right there, and then
yeah. So Whatnot is a live auction site, Mary. I learned about this several months ago. My niece sells vintage items. I believe they started selling collectible cards, and they've expanded into crafts. And so Anne and I took a look at it, and we thought, you know what? I think we could do some craft auctions on our shop. So what you do is you sign up, and you will see every Wednesday night after our pajama party, we are going to be doing live auctions. Anne is cleaning out her studio.
the whole
Supply. So like the boxes behind her, what some of those maybe are, do you have any of what we're going to be auctioning off tonight? Do you have any of those boxes there?
I have them behind me.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So like Mary said, that sounds like a dangerous rabbit hole.
It can be. But if you sign up using our link, you get a $15 credit on your first purchase. So
Right.
I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And so what we've listed in the auction for tonight, there's a hot glue assortment.
Of course.
Which is a great assortment. The starting bid on it is $20. So what we're hoping is that maybe there'll be some friendly competition that maybe it'll go up to $22. There's also a decoupage papers assortment, and the starting bid on that is $20. There's a plaid apple barrel paint assortment. The starting bid on that is $1. So if you want to add some paints to your craft stash.
Lenine is here.
Oh,
yay!
awesome.
I was just going to say, because I'm going to add you. Hi, Lenine.
Okay, I got to find out where I just hit something and I lost you guys. Let's see. There, I found you.
Okay. So I was just going to say, before you popped in, maybe we have to give the giveaway tonight to the person who actually comes on with it, because nobody put in there at all that they watched Tiffany back in the day, except me. Was there somebody?
I think there are a couple.
Oh, okay. I didn't see them. Tiffany will have to find the winner then, because I didn't see them. Here,
So,
Lenine,
what have you been working on?
Full screen so you can show us.
Yes.
Well, there's been a lot going on in our lives right now. My father-in-law took ill, and we had to put him in a nursing home. So I haven't been doing a ton of stuff, but I've been keeping up every week with my craft roulette.
Oh, yay.
Cards. And so last week I did this little card.
Aww.
And the parameters were, we have 4 parameters: use a stencil, sewing. It had to be a bar 4 card, and the colors were vintage or craft store. So this is what I came up with.
What is a bar 4 card? I have not heard that term.
A bar 4 is a 5x7, I believe, folded in half again.
Oh.
But you can find all those anywhere, all over the place. So, but the week before that, I did this one.
Cute.
And then that's my 101st. This is my 101st card, and this is my 102nd card.
So you've been doing this over 2 years.
Yes, I started with Eileen Hull's first. Eileen Hull's the one who introduced me to her.
Yes, I recall when she did it the first time.
She was so scared. This is my 100th card. And it
Very
was
cool.
a gift card. And so there's a pocket here for a gift card to go in there. And it's a
Oh,
pretty cool card.
you do great cards, Lenine.
And then this is just another one I grabbed real quick. This is one with acetate.
Oh, I like that.
So, yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd share just a few. I have 100, so we won't go through all of them.
So you never send them in to Mary at Craft Roulette?
No,
you
you just upload them with Mary.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know what? I have to confess, Anne. The first time you were on was the first time I missed submitting a card. My father-in-law had an emergency, and we had to go to the hospital that week, and we had all sorts of things going on. And that's what happened at BellaCon this time. You know, I haven't done my kit yet, Tiffany, but it's here.
Well, I think I've seen your posts lately that you've been busy. Or it could have been Mary who is posting a lot. I know the BellaCon participants have been so busy posting what they've been.
We love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I do keep up with my 1 a week card for sure. Plus, I work at the scrapbook store. I do a class a month for 28 people.
Wow.
And
that's a nice
we do
class.
full kits for those, and it's 6 cards and a tag. And our little store is the only one left in the county. So these classes sell out like within 30 minutes of being posted. Because
that's good to hear.
That is lovely.
Yeah, because of it.
Any teacher would love that. I don't think there's 28 people in my town that can come. You know, I live in such a tiny town, you know, so when I have 15, I'm happy.
Yeah, I have a wait list always too.
Nice.
So in case people don't want in. So yeah, it's humbling at times.
That is awesome. Yeah, no, we only have less than about 240 people in town. So
yeah, we have a pretty big county. We have a Navy shipyard here and stuff like that. So it's pretty big.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. And I'm so excited for this, Tiffany, and you know, coming back. Because I have been on before 100 years ago. No, not quite.
I know.
Yeah, we're really excited to relaunch the pajama parties, and they're going to grow and more people are going to participate, and we're going to share as many crafts as we can, and we're going to sell as many cool kits through our Etsy stores and then do our auction. So
awesome.
We've, as Anne mentioned earlier, we've been talking about this for 6 months. So I am thrilled.
I know.
We are here tonight.
And yesterday I said to her, do you think we're ready?
I've been waiting for you for a month or so since you said, you know, I have it on my calendar. I have it.
Please share and let others know that we're here, because it's a great place midweek to stop by and learn something new. Ask your questions. We are here to ask questions of you, what you're working on, and we're here to answer questions for you.
Yeah.
So very cool.
This is exciting. Glad to have you back, Tiffany. And thank you, Anne.
Yes, we love it.
So glad to see you back. Alrighty.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Kelly, you would commute from Big Lake. That is lovely to know. I only share the classes locally, but I suppose I could share them on Facebook or even to the newsletter. But I don't do them in the summer. So you'll have to wait until fall, because we have a pontoon and a motorcycle, and my husband would be very upset if I started using all my nights. But let me think. 9:46, we're doing good on time.
Yes. So what I want to remind everyone is we want you to participate. Please join the Cool2Craft Facebook group. Let me pull that back up, because we want to talk to you every day. And so we're going to be here face to face on Wednesday nights, but every day I'm going to be posting in the group, and we want you to post. That's where you can share your projects and ask questions and let us know what's going on. So
Yeah.
join us.
And it was nice when Tiffany said we have a community of girlfriends, because if we don't know an answer,
right,
we know somebody who does. So
right. And that's what's so cool about what we're able to do, because I don't believe there's any stronger group of creative professionals in this industry than our circle of girlfriends. That you take a look at Anne and Juliana and so many of the people that Anne have been working with that have produced their own products. Do you know what it takes to do that? I tried it with something called Cool2Cast, which I would like to revive at some point.
we should.
But it's hard. It's really challenging, and especially in today's environment, because there used to be a lot more stores that we could sell my product. It was at Michael's and Joann's, and I don't remember that it was Hobby Lobby. When it keeps shrinking, when this industry keeps shrinking, we are relying more on online sales, but you need to do hands-on,
Yeah.
So want to encourage everybody to get out to their local craft store and support the independents. I think you're going to see a lot of growth in the independents who are going to be picking up where we've lost in some of the other stores. Ann and I just had the opportunity to actually go to 2 trade shows. One of them was NAMTA, which is the National Art Materials Trade Association, and H&H Americas, which is the fiber, fabric, and quilting show. And it was amazing to see what's going on and to see these stores that are going to be adding to their merchandise and to fill in some of the gaps, because we do need to be able to go into stores and feel welcome and have a choice of things to buy.
And fabric.
Yes.
Some of those independents are going to carry fabric. I see Mary's here. We'll let her pop in for a couple minutes.
Okay. Great.
Hi, Mary.
Hi. I'm wearing my earrings.
Here, I'm going to make you big screen so I can see. Oh, aren't those cute?
I love them. I was
So
going to show you a few cards that I've been making. They've got a lot of foil on them, so I don't want to blind everybody. But it's a line of kitten cards that are just so stinking cute.
Oh, those are adorable.
And then I did an art and junk journal retreat right before BellaCon. It was literally the week before. And this is one of the things that we created to hold different things that we made at the event. And it folds out like this. I haven't filled it yet, but these are both, there's a flap on each side with a box pocket.
Oh,
so
cute.
you can actually store a lot of stuff in these.
Junk journals are great.
Junk journals are where my heart is. I was going to show you my baby. This is my absolute favorite one that I've ever made. And you can see she's chunky.
Wow.
But let me see. Let me get the light so it's not quite so bright. There. But yeah, it's just, this is where my heart is.
Well, because you can do so many things in them. You can do all your techniques.
Yeah. And I've done layered pockets and flaps and flips and all kinds of stuff. But yeah. So I just wanted to show you that.
Fun. Thank you for coming on and sharing that. It's
You're welcome.
wonderful.
Yes, thank you so much. You are a busy crafter.
I am a full-time caregiver for my mom and my husband, and my craft room is my sanctuary where I go when life gets stressful. And so, my best time to craft is after they go to bed at night. So that's why I'm up until 3 and 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm right there with you as far as being up. But
Yeah.
And this is what we're talking about. Crafting is healing. It
Mhm.
is so soothing for our soul and so important, especially if you're a caregiver.
Yeah.
You need to replenish yourself. So
Exactly.
thank you for reminding us.
Yes. And thank you for popping in. We appreciate it. We
Absolutely.
love this. This is what it's all about.
Yeah, this is exactly what we wanted to see. So next week and every Wednesday night, we want you to come in and share.
Yeah. You guys be prepared to come on camera. Thanks, Mary.
Well, I think it's time for us to wrap up our pajama party. I feel like
looking at my time. It's like, oh, wow.
I feel like I should have had some sort of sound effects or something with horns and applause. And
Did you find a winner? I missed those comments. So
okay, let me I will look back through and you go ahead and chat about whatever you want to chat about to start wrapping up.
So we want you guys to be prepared because we love it. This was so much fun bringing Lenine and Mary on. So like if you guys come prepared on Wednesday nights and want to share something, we would love to have you guys. And it just, it makes it more community that way also. And caregivers need creative outlets. I agree, Lenine. And that's why Lisa and I, when we close out our shows, we always say that it's good for the soul, and we need to be creative in every way possible.
All right, I have a winner.
Okay.
Ready? So this is the winner tonight of the giveaway. Do you want to show it again?
Oh,
just in case the winner didn't know what she's winning. So the winner is Vita.
Hey, Vita.
1992. Yes, I have some home recordings on VHS. I love the show Aline's Creative Living. So
see, okay, right after my own heart. So Vita, I need you to send me your mailing address. So you can send it here. I'll put a link in here. So you can send it to Bella at Bella Crafts Publishing. And I will get that out to you when I get all these other prizes that I'm shipping out by Friday.
Yes, congratulations.
I wish I could be there for your lives. Too busy these days with Dad. Lenine, whenever you can make it, we appreciate it. And we love it whenever anybody's there live. But, sometimes they can only watch the reruns, and we love that too.
So thank you again to everyone who has joined us tonight. What a blessing you are to us to support us like this. I am just beyond excited. And again, I feel so blessed. And I hope that you all understand how important you are to us. And your love of crafting needs to be shared. So please let your friends and family know that we're here every Wednesday night. And I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up. And it looks like our auction is starting in 19 minutes on Whatnot. That gives time for Ann and me to reset our cameras and everything. So the link, if you've missed it, will they be able to see the chat once we end the stream?
As long as they don't close out this screen, okay. Or if you go back, I'll also post it on the Bella Crafts Publishing page.
Right. So
you guys can grab it there.
Yeah. So Kelly, what you're going to do if you have not signed up at Whatnot, go to the link, and then you're going to go into our live show, and we're going to put items up for auction, and you're going to say how much you're bidding on it. So we'll help you through it. It's the first time we've done this. Yeah, it's the first time we've done it live. We've tested it behind the scenes. So we'll help you through. So bless you all. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next Wednesday if we don't see you at the auction.
Yes, we will see you next week for sure. Bye, everyone.